Aloha kakahiaka. That means good morning in Hawaiian. It's a beautiful Hawaiian morning here. We're in round 4, heat number 2. Ezekiel, Wiggolly, Dantas, Ricardo, Christie, and Adriano de Souza, Kaipo Girl, along with Ross Williams, calling the action here on a beautiful day at Sunset Beach. And here's a replay during the break.
Here we got Wiggolly, Dantas, and that's a little more aggression right there. Look at that zipping through that bottom turn. So I'm liking this from Wiggolly. We're seeing, you know, just kind of another level reached right here with that surfing. That is beautiful. It should be a pretty solid score for him.
Live action, Adriano de Souza off the bottom, carving off the top beautifully with that long arc. And another little turn into the corner as the wave hits the deep water in the channel. And he kicks out right next to our Hawaiian Water Patrol, who always has a watchful eye on all of our competitors.
Watching the boys at head-high point, instead it's proper 6 to 8 feet. You know, my favorite thing about surfing Sunset Beach, Kaipo, is how fast you go. Look at that, cool little high line, and then he dropped back down into that bowl, and that allowed him to just rip through that carve. That was a really smooth hack there from Adriano de Souza. So Adriano always maybe one of the best in the business at, you know, holding that line. He can arc through those carves better than anyone, and it's tough to do. You know, it's tough to hold a long carve because as you're pressing on that rail, you're losing speed.
Look at that. In his toolbox, he knows how to surf Sunset Beach. And here he goes, Zeke Lau, just disappearing and reappearing, arcing off the top. Long wall in front of Ezekiel, making some way down the line, looking for a barrel, squeezes into a tube, and as Sunset Beach often does, just clamps on Lau.
Wow, it was such a tough wave to read. It stretched to the inside bowl, so, you know, it didn't have that nice open wall where he could simply just go for big moves. He had to, you know, get down the line or pull in, one or the other. But the opening snap was nice. Watch how he kind of changes angles right there. So not your standard little carve. He actually arced out of that. Pretty tight radius on that turn. So the judges will like that, but he needed more. But that's where that wave was really difficult. It was running into deep water, but it was also handcuffing him. It didn't open up, allowing him to continue to lay down moves. So just the one turn before he gets handcuffed in this, you know, just kind of an almond-shaped barrel. There's no exit there.
Another wave coming through on the corner is going to be Adriano de Souza. Long bottom turn and that beautiful arc again off the top. Through the lip for his second turn. Then you can see some of the wobble and noise over there in the channel, but still fits in a little foam climb to kick it off and show the judges that he's in control. So he's going to get his second scoring ride, and he's going to go to second place minimum. And if it's enough, maybe even first place, 21 minutes and 30 seconds counting down.
So no other score dropped for Adriano. So in fact, he did get a 2.83 for that opening wave, which is surprising. So hopefully he can win the judges over on this ride right here. Opening carve was nice, and a bit of variety there, Kaipo. He mixed it up with a vertical off the lip.
Here we go, Ricardo Christie, the Kiwi. Been surfing great through this entire event. Nice roundhouse cut back with the rebound. Beautiful arc off the top, and gets a little buck, but stays on his feet and decides to kick out just because of that loss of control.
Yeah, he hit a chop, and that's Sunset Beach. You know, you can see where the waves are breaking. It's shallow enough to break, and then it goes back into deep water. So that deep water, it has a bit of a backwash. Just gets sent back out into the lineup, and that's why you see the guys get thrown off balance so often. Not only is there chops, but there's just a little bit of backwash that can catch you off guard. Nice hack right there, but watch his bottom turn. Caught that bump before he was ready for it. You know, he wasn't even looking at it. He was looking down the line to try and fit one more move in. Got caught off guard.
Great surfer all the way back. You know, in the 70s, Dave himself was a great performer out here in Sunset Beach. And here we go with Ricardo Christie on his second wave. Cuts back, sinks the rail. Wave goes a little bit flat on the shoulder, so that's all she wrote for wave number 2 for Ricardo Christie. And up and riding, Ezekiel Lau off the bottom. Nice snap off the top, aggressive through turn number 2, arcing all the way back into the white water. So 2 nice turns for Ezekiel Lau, Oahu native and resident over at Kapalama Heights.
Great inspiration, wouldn't it, Kaipo, for him to make the championship tour. But bottom line is Ezekiel has a ton of talent. He deserves to be there. And with turns like this right here, look at that. That was a smooth hack, smaller wave, but 2 nice turns for Ezek. And let's see from the water angle here. Watch the rail. Watch how much rail he gets into the water. That is a power turn. You know, anyone can kind of skate across the surface of the water, but when you can draw that deep cut, that means you're really pushing hard. He's sitting at 9th right now, so big heat for him.
Ezekiel in the barrel, out of the barrel, just what the young Hawaiian needed. He already took the lead in this heat with that last wave score of a 5.67, and he's going to ditch that 3.23, which he has as a backup score, with that really hard to navigate inside Sunset barrel.
Wow. Easily the barrel of the morning so far. Let's see if we can get another one.
Adriano de Souza arcs off the top, long wall in front of him, maybe a barrel opportunity as well. You see Adriano stalling, he's in the tube. Can he come out? He's gonna have to fight through it, and the answer is no. And right behind him, a flurry of waves with Ricardo Christie. Beautiful hook off the top. Second arcing cut back into the whitewater. Wave stands up and is gonna give him an opportunity for another turn. Layback hack right at the closeout section. Exits into the channel standing up, so score that for Ricardo Christie.
Holy smokes, what an exchange right there. And that's what's cool about today. It's got more north in the swell, so the inside bowl is in play. And that is, you know, the best part about Sunset Beach. But here's a second arc. Again, very clean and not just nursing through it. He is ripping through these carves and a little Larry layback to finish it. So 3 different carves. In my opinion, that's going to be a huge score for Ricardo. And I love the effort from Adriano de Souza. Watch his double arm grab stall right there, trying to slow himself down, so great technique. But Sunset Beach doing its thing, wobbling around and shutting down Adriano. But again, right out, that was great, great reaction from Ezekiel. That was a tricky barrel to read, but he stalled right away, right off the takeoff. Right here, watch as he kind of knifes under the hook. So he didn't bottom turn around and kind of lazily pulled in. He read that wave right away. He said, oh, it's going to barrel right now. And he reacted. So great reflexes from Zeke.
Love the water camera that we have out in the channel, and up and riding the goofy foot. Wiggolly Dantas going for the backhand barrel, dragging his body, some lumps and bumps, gets behind the curtain for a second, and now he's going to square up for a big roundhouse cut back into the whitewater. And a little tag of the lip on the way out, so Wiggolly answering back.
Wow, Wiggolly. Man, the waves are firing up too. It's been kind of quiet the last 5-10 minutes, and then we just saw a flurry. And, you know, that is Sunset Beach.
They have a dedicated camera and screen up in the judges' tower to take another look, and we'll take another look at Wiggolly.
Again, huge barrel for Wiggolly, but not an easy barrel to read. That thing was wonky. It was stretching in front of him. So Wiggolly did a great job reading this barrel. See how long this line is? He kind of had to take this long parallel bottom turn to get in there. So that was pretty tricky right there. And when we slow this thing down, watch his front knee. See how he drags it right there? He's starting to lean it into the wall right about there, just trying to slow down a little bit. You can see him trying to get that knee in the water. And now he says, whoa, okay, this thing's barreling. He's going to release everything, try to stay clean in the barrel and get out of there. The other thing that was so cool is there was a bunch of bumps in that barrel. It's never an easy ride. It's not a perfect wave sunset. So you're wrangling, you're holding on the entire time. That's what makes this wave so difficult to ride. He's got a huge advantage being that he's got a 7.5. So that is a sneaky score that's going to allow him to just kind of have an easy backup score. But look at that hook from Wiggolly Dantas, throwing buckets everywhere. Beautiful hack right there from him, 6.83 for this wave. And that's just what he does. Perfect timing. He's always kind of fearless in bigger waves, so very comfortable out here for Wiggolly. Adriano de Souza, 5.17. A couple of smooth hacks for Adriano. Talk about how he always has clean rails. But look at that, mixing it up a little bit. Vertical off the lip on the inside bowl. But just that score. That's all Adriano's got, so he's still searching for a second score. Zeke Lau, 5.67. A couple of clean hacks right here. Powerful young Hawaiian surfer, backed it up with another swoop, but it's all about the barrel for Zeke, reacting perfectly to this tricky ride right there. That thing was huge, big old cave right there, and Zeke, 8-point ride. What a clean ride for him, and he kind of backed it up with a little hack right there into the channel. So, you know, Zeke Lau, that's a huge sigh of relief. This is a big heat for him. And here's the Kiwi, Ricardo Christie, 3 beautiful hacks, 7.5. I love this turn right here, just hooking out of it, a little extra zip on that hack. and then a layback jam. So Ricardo Christie, he's not in advancing spot right now, but again, with that 7.5 Kaipo, it's allowing him to have just a small score to sneak in there.
Two-railed board this morning, probably in the 6-2 range. Here's our current second place holder, Wiggolly Dantas, trying to ditch that 5.03, but that wave is not going to do it. It's not going to help his cause. Zeke Lau utilizing his priority with 40 seconds remaining. High line to start off, comes off the bottom, and just gets a little buckled there on turn number 2, but he's just going to treat this as his ride in, and he into the quarterfinals along with Wiggolly Dantas. Great surfing, however, by Ricardo Christie and Adriano de Souza.